So the psychological dangers of the nice builder syndrome. The builder who wants to appease, the builder who's always friendly, who always says yes, who is always available. This can be too much so. It's the builder who avoids difficult conversations. It's a builder who avoids difficult information. It's the builder who goes missing. He goes into avoidance mode, and it seems nice initially because the conversation always ends well, but it's appeasement, and it gets to a critical stage where appeasement can no longer be done. It is interesting that it's only anecdotal suggestion evidence, but you tend to see it in younger builders. Neurologically, they are in fight and flight mode, and they tend to flight if they are anxious. Over time, this neurologically gets dulled. They get used to the pattern. Frontal cortex has had a lot of time to actually rationalize it, so there comes a calmness and a directness and a forthrightness that is needed in construction. Maybe blunt, maybe not want to be heard, maybe directed. It's not anger, it's just honest, and this leads to a more effective project. As where the other one, the avoidance, is often around conflict avoidance or short-term optimism that they think that it'll be resolved. Fear of relationship damage, which is fear of money damage, impression and reputation damage. They don't want to damage their reputation with bad news, which in the long term effectively is what they're doing. It's just greater project, greater costs, greater time wasting, and then over time trust begins to evaporate, and you see to such a stage that promises are made, not kept, and then there's withdrawal going on. And then when you look in the background, there can be some sort of triggers or financial disengagement or non-capacity. So appeasement and a happy environment, and often if there's not a storming period within a project, doesn't often have to be, but if there's not a storming period within a project, then we don't get into performing and norming. So while it's a little bit difficult within the design team, and the design team works on multiple levels, and it's not always the architect who is it's a design team. The architect may be the leader, but it takes somebody from the constituent of the design team to raise the issues, to be clear, sometimes brutally frank, and to separate the emotions. And domestic projects tend to be very emotional, a lot more emotional than commercial projects. So that goes positive and negative. Communications, really, but it's sometimes hard to have communications and trust, especially if people are in avoidance mode.